Why do some people work their entire lives and still struggle financially, while others quietly build massive wealth? The difference isn't luck. It isn't even income. In fact, many millionaires didn't start rich at all. The real difference lies in what they own. Wealthy people focus on assets, things that generate money even while they sleep. And today, we're going to break down the 7 most powerful assets that make people rich. These are the same types of assets used by entrepreneurs, investors, and self-made millionaires all over the world. Once you understand them, you'll never look at money the same way again. Before we begin, let's understand something important. Most people focus on income, but wealthy people focus on ownership. Income pays your bills. Assets build your future. And the more assets you own, the more financial freedom you create. Let's start with the first and one of the most powerful assets in the world. Asset number 1, businesses. The first asset that has created more millionaires than almost anything else is business ownership. A business allows you to create value for thousands or even millions of people. And when you scale that value, you scale your income. Think about companies like Apple, Amazon, or Tesla. They didn't just create products, they created systems that generate revenue continuously. Even small businesses can be powerful assets. Examples include online stores, digital agencies, consulting businesses, software products, content channels. When structured correctly, a business can generate income long after the initial work is done. This is why so many wealthy people eventually become business owners. Here's something surprising. Over 70% of millionaires own businesses or are self-employed. But businesses are not the only asset that builds wealth. The next one is something almost anyone can start today.
Asset number 2, stocks. The second powerful asset is stocks. When you buy stocks, you're buying ownership in companies. And as those companies grow, so does your wealth. Some of the richest investors in history built their fortunes through stocks. One of the most famous examples is Warren Buffett. He started investing as a teenager, and over decades, compound growth turned his investments into billions. The key principle behind stock wealth is something incredibly powerful: compound interest. Money invested today can grow exponentially over time. Imagine investing $100 every month. Over time, that small habit can grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is why long-term investors focus on consistency, not quick wins. Asset number 3, real estate. The third asset used by many millionaires is real estate. Real estate creates wealth in 3 different ways. First, rental income. Property owners receive monthly payments from tenants. Second, appreciation. Over time, property values often increase. And third, leverage. Investors can buy large properties using relatively small amounts of capital. Because of these advantages, real estate has been a cornerstone of wealth for generations. From rental homes to commercial buildings, property ownership can create powerful long-term income streams. 2 people live in identical houses. One pays rent, the other owns the property. 10 years later, their financial futures look completely different. That's the power of assets. Asset number 4, digital products. One of the fastest growing wealth assets today is digital products. Unlike physical businesses, digital assets can be sold infinitely without extra cost. Examples include online courses, ebooks, mobile apps, software tools, templates, and digital resources. The best part? These assets can generate income 24 hours a day, even while you're sleeping. That's why many modern entrepreneurs focus on building digital asset portfolios. Imagine waking up and seeing sales notifications from something you created months ago. That's the power of scalable assets.
Asset number 5, content platforms. The 5th asset is something that didn't exist 20 years ago: content platforms. Channels on platforms like YouTube, podcasts, blogs, or newsletters can become powerful income engines. Successful creators earn through advertising revenue, sponsorships, affiliate marketing, digital products. But the real asset is the audience itself. An audience is a community of people who trust your ideas and insights. And trust is one of the most valuable assets in the modern economy. If you're interested in learning the strategies, habits, and psychology used by wealthy people, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Because every week we break down powerful ideas about money, investing, and financial intelligence. Now, let's continue. Because the next asset is something many people overlook. Asset number 6, intellectual property. Intellectual property is one of the most underestimated wealth assets. It includes things like books, patents, music, inventions, software, creative works. Once created, these assets can generate income for years or even decades. For example, a best-selling book can earn royalties for decades. A successful software tool can generate subscriptions from thousands of users. And a patented invention can produce licensing income worldwide. Ideas, when protected and distributed properly, can become incredibly powerful financial assets. Sometimes, a single idea can be worth millions. But the final asset might be the most powerful of all. Asset number 7, financial intelligence. The final asset isn't physical at all. It's knowledge. Financial intelligence is the ability to understand money, investing, risk, opportunity. Without this skill, even large incomes can disappear. But with it, people can turn small amounts of money into significant wealth over time. This is why many successful investors spend years studying markets, business, and economic trends. Because knowledge allows them to recognize opportunities others miss. So, let's quickly recap. The 7 assets that make people rich are businesses, stocks, real estate, digital products, content platforms, intellectual property, financial intelligence. Most wealthy people don't rely on just one. They build multiple assets over time. Each asset becomes another stream of income, another pillar of financial freedom. The biggest mistake people make with money is focusing only on earning it. But wealth isn't built through income alone. It's built through ownership. The more assets you build, the more your money begins working for you. And over time, those assets can completely transform your financial future. If you start focusing on assets today, even small ones, you may be surprised how powerful the results become over time. Because wealth isn't created in a single moment. It's built slowly, through smart decisions repeated for years. And once you understand how assets work, you stop chasing money. You start building it.